My name is Jenny and welcome to Jenny's Garden. Today we're going to look at gardening in small spaces. I live in a mobile home community, so we have a very small area to work with, but I'm going to show you how you can fit plants into different areas. Today we're going to look at some squash and zucchini plants I planted in a very small space, and some gardening tips to help you grow and make the best of your seeds and the harvest that you will produce out of that. Just hang on, we'll be right back. So welcome back to my garden, and I have, as you can see, a very small area here that my husband worked up in the spring for me, and really he just worked up the ground. We added some topsoil, we added some compost, but really that was all we added to this. And as you can see, they're getting bigger. So I've got 5, 6, 7 plants here, which will be more than enough for us. In fact, this will probably feed me and my family and my children and my grandchildren. So just in a very small space, you can grow these beautiful plants. And also you can plant them in a container. Like if you have a 5-gallon bucket, you can do the same thing. Put some good soil in there, a little bit of compost, work it up really good, and just plant your plants in there. Now these plants are crooked neck squash. I do have one patty pan in here. Let me see if I can figure out. I think it's a small one here. I can't really remember, but I do believe this is the one. And the patty pans are usually kind of a more scalloped squash, and of course the crooked neck are more straight with a little crook in the neck. So what I did was, probably about March, I started my seeds indoors, and put them under a grow light. You can get them at Amazon for very, very cheap. I can put that in the description box below. And check your zone for hardiness for when to plant. Usually, like I'm in 6B, so April was a good time, although I did wait till about the mid to end of April to actually plant these, because we were still getting some very low temperatures. So I did wait, but just within 5 weeks, these have really grown. And not only have they grown, they do have little, see if we can find them. Let's see here. See right there? That's a little one growing. This is a zucchini plant. On this one, I don't know if anything's been growing or not, but it has something. Yeah, I don't see anything growing yet, but there had been something chewing on it. I see a little area. Nope, I was wrong. There is one right there. You can see it. Where my finger is. A little tiny one. So it's coming out. Let's see here. Try to give us a good look into what we have. I don't really see anything on this one yet. I've been pulling these weeds out all morning, And I swear they they just accumulate in a very short period of time. This patty pan does not have any squash growing on it yet, but it will. This one, there's some in there. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Yeah, there's one right there. So you can grow squash in a very small area. What's good too is, like I said, you can use the 5-gallon buckets. They grow well in those. Some people plant them about 2 feet apart, 2 to 3 feet apart. Some people plant them 4 to 5 feet apart. I have grown them closer together and they've turned out just right. So we have all of these growing right here, very small spot. You would also, just step over here for a second, get a bigger shot of that. Squash do need 6 hours or more full of sun at the very minimum. This area I chose because it gets afternoon and evening sun, so roughly about 5 to 6 hours. And they need a lot of moisture, so I would just check. You can either put a drip hose in your garden bed, or you can just, you know, if your dirt is dry, just go ahead and give it a good soaking. And that's what usually me and my husband do. When they actually get bigger, and I'll do a video then, but once it's time to harvest, we will show you, you know, how big they need to be. Usually anywhere between 4 to 5 inches long, or sometimes you can let them go to about 6 inches. They're best if used when they're younger and smaller. They taste better. They are more like butter. And they are, not that the bigger ones aren't good, but they, the outside gets a little tougher on them. Those usually I like to use for fried zucchini or fried squash. Those do wonderful for that. Now, also, these squash flowers, they are edible as well. So if you have a lot of squash flowers, maybe you want to invest in, you know, taking some of the flowers. You know, you can fry them, you can cook them, you can basically eat them in salads. They're very good. You can even stuff them. I've seen some recipes which are out there on YouTube to stuff these squash blossoms, and I've had them before and they're really, really good. So basically, don't add a lot of fertilizers to your squash plants, just some good compost, topsoil, work it in real good. And even like I said, in a small area, you can grow a lot of food from just this one area. And I'm going to be doing weekly videos to show you how they're progressing. I have other areas of my yard. We live in a mobile home community. We have a very small area. Well, actually, we have a bigger lot than some people do, but we actually make use of all of it pretty much. There still is a few areas where we want to expand, but we're working on that. That right there, I stuck I stuck a sweet potato vine in there, and it looks like it's doing pretty well. So we're going to see what happens with that as well. So this is my little garden area for my squash and zucchini plants, and a slip of for sweet potatoes. So if you like this video, please subscribe and hit like. I would sure appreciate it. You all have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you later. Also, happy Memorial Day to all those who have went before us in pursuit of life, liberty, and freedom, so that we may live in peace, freedom, and liberty